In the interests of health and the environment, the trend towards organic food has been growing in recent years. In the first of a new series on getting back to nature, we go to Luoshan in Fuli Township of Hualien County, which is Taiwan's first completely organic farming village. Sheltered by mountains on three sides and with its own supply of water from the Luoshan Falls, the village was the ideal candidate to become a chemical-free zone. Local farmers are doing their part by sticking to organic methods, hand-weeding their fields and not using man-made fertilizers or pesticides. But is it worth the effort? We went to scenic Luoshan to see for ourselves.
The Rift Valley on the east coast of Taiwan is without doubt the most attractive corridor of green in the country. Unspoiled by polluting factories, the area is home to Luoshan Village, which is the first farming village in Taiwan to go entirely organic. Life in the traditional farming village is simple. Nine years ago, the Agriculture Research Station selected Luoshan, which has an enclosed environment and an independent water supply, as Taiwan's model organic village.
Geographically, Luoshan is surrounded by mountains on three sides. There are mountains to the north and the south, so it's like a dustpan.
Protected by the surrounding hills, the area is isolated from the outside, and the water supply is the Luoshan waterfall, which feeds directly into the village. Water from the falls does not pass through other settlements before reaching Luoshan. Villagers long ago redirected the flow to make a large fish pond, which also irrigates their fields. To qualify as an organic farming village, apart from not using chemical pesticides and fertilizers, the area must not be contaminated by polluted water and soil from outside. Some countries demand no sources of pollution within a 3-kilometer radius. Carrying seedlings on his shoulder, organic rice farmer Wen Xiuchun is ready to plant his paddy. Luoshan is blessed with the ideal climate and geography, and the local villagers are 100% behind the organic program.
That's fine. Now we can go in. And where there's a gap or where there are smaller shoots, we can fill them in. Okay, let's get planting. I don't use chemical fertilizer or pesticide. The rest is done by hand. Like the weeds in the field, other farmers can spray them, but I have to cut them.
As well as weeding, farmer Wen also rids the field of pests by hand.
This is a small one, but it didn't used to be small. It was eaten by a golden apple snail, and now it's growing again after being eaten, so it's shorter. It was eaten by a golden apple snail.
Despite the threat of voracious snails, the organic farmer can only use natural deterrents, like hot chili pepper or camellia oil. But Wen Xiuchun is not complaining.
In the past, before I started growing organically, in my orchard and paddy field, every time I sprayed, I would get a bad headache. That's a sign of poisoning. Although you can get drugs to make it better, I think in the long run it'll be bad.
In cooperation with the Council of Agriculture, the farmers keep a careful record of their work. The database is a transparent archive of who farmed the organic rice and how it was grown. Perhaps the intimate relationship between people, the land and our food does not have to be interrupted by pesticides and chemical fertilizers.